Shalom, everybody, and Happy New Year's. We are officially in 2026 to honor the new year and to honor the revelation of Melech HaMashiach Yirah. I would like to reveal a secret which at no point has ever been made known, and this being the sod of the tabernacle, its dimensions, its proportions, its aspects, and the mysteries of the verses that describe it. That is, until now, for the first time, I will make it known here. In addition to that, I have also compiled a PDF for the private curriculum on Skool. For those of you that are interested in doing a deeper dive and understanding these deep mysteries, I will leave a link for Skool down below. So, without further ado, let us enter in to the mystery of the tabernacle. Let's begin. I would like to preface our lesson by giving major honor and respect to one of my chief disciples, Shaul Malcho. And he has recently completed all of Tikkun zohar, bringing the first authoritative, complete, and full interlinear translation of Tikkun zohar in the world to existence. He has made this available on Amazon for those of you that are seeking. You will find it under Shaul Malcho or by typing in Tikkun zohar. So, the portion that we're going to be citing is the following. Daf 41a cites the following. And it says, quoting Exodus 26, "In 5 bars for the boards for the one side of the Mishkan, these are the 5 fingers of the right hand, and 5 bars for the boards of the second side of the Mishkan. These are the 5 fingers of the left hand." The word Mishkan here is the tabernacle, and it's a citation from Exodus describing the details of the dimensions of that tabernacle. The Tikkun of the tabernacle. It begins chapter 26. "As for the tabernacle, make it of 10 strips of cloth. Make these of fine twisted linen, of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, with a design of cherubim worked into them." Tikkun 1. The word tabernacle or Mishkan refers to the Shekhinah, divine dwelling. This is the 10th, which is the body, and is formed by 10 sfirot, which are here called 10 strips of cloth, which is the body. Tikkun 2. There are 3 columns to the 10 sfirot, and they are the right column, which is blue, the left column, which is crimson, and the center column, which is purple. Why mention these? These are the right and left hands, which are chesed and gevura, blue and crimson. What is purple? This is bina and the head. Tikkun 2b. Blue, this is the white of the bones. Red, this is the flesh. And purple, this is pink skin. And the cherubim is the brain and its pathways worked into them. Tikkun 3. What are cherubim? Cherubim, that is to say, rachev, meaning to ride and to graft. And what does this refer to? The brain, which rides the body. And what is grafting? This is to connect all the parts of the body. So the tabernacle is the Mishkan, it is the body. It is made of 10 strips of cloth because it refers to Malkuth. In Ma'aseh Merchavot, the 10th Sphira, being Malkuth, is also the guf, or the body. It is written, man is a tree, and so the 10 Sphirot are in the form and image of a tree. Make these of fine twisted linen, meaning they are all connected, of blue, purple, and crimson, which are right, left, and center columns. Blue hints to chesed, purple hints to bina, and crimson hints to gevura, with a design of cherubim worked into them. The design of the cherubim hints to the brain, for the brain is intertwined and worked inside of the body. The second verse, 26:2. The length of each cloth shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits, all the cloths to have the same measurements. The length of each cloth shall be 28 cubits. And what is this? These are the 14 sections of the fingers to the right and left hand, totaling 28. For there are 3 sections to each of the fingers and 2 to the thumb, and these total 14. Of the right and left, which of course are the blue and the crimson, they total 28. The fingers are at the length of the cloth, that is to say, the body, and below it refers to the 14 sections of the toes to the right and left foot, totaling 28 cubits, for the toes are at the length of the cloth, which is the body. Tikkun 4b. What is the width shall be 4 cubits? These are the 2 sections of the right and left arm that connect to the hands from the torso, which are 4 at the width, and the 2 sections of the right and left leg that connect from the feet to the torso. Together they are 4 at the width. So we find the length of each cloth shall be 28 cubits. These refer to at the length of the body are to be found the hands, which were hinted earlier by the crimson and the blue, chesed and gevura. 28 cubits hints to 14 segments of the right hand and 14 segments to the left hand, and the width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits, because there are 2 sections to each arm, the upper arm and the lower arm to the right and left, totaling 4. This, in addition of saying all the cloths to have the same measurements, applies also to the legs, for there are 14 sections to the toes of each right and left foot, totaling 28, and also the right and left leg are divided between upper and lower leg, which is also 4 cubits. Verse 3. 5 of the cloths shall be joined to one another, and the other 5 cloths shall be joined to one another. Tikkun 5. What are the 5 of the cloths joined to one another? These are the 5 fingers joined to the hands. Tikkun 6. What are the other 5 cloths shall be joined to one another? These are the 5 toes that joined to the feet. And so what we're witnessing is the development of the human body. We see in the previous verse that the length was 28 cubits, and these were the 14 sections to the right and left fingers of the hand. And now we see that those 14 sections are gathered together so that there should be 5. And so there are 5 fingers, 5 to the right and left hands, and also 5 to the right and left foot. Continuing forward, Exodus chapter 26:4. Make loops of blue wool on the edge of the outermost cloth of the one set, and do likewise on the edge of the outermost cloth on the other set. Tikkun 7. What is loops of blue? These are the connecting aspects of the right hand, which is chesed, called blue, and the edge of the other set of these are the connecting aspects of the left column, which is gevura and crimson. Mainly the sockets and the joints that connect all of these things together. Exodus 26:5. Make 50 loops on the one cloth and 50 loops on the edge of the end cloth of the other set. The loops are to be opposite one another. Tikkun 8. Make 50 loops on one cloth. These are 5 fingers to each hand, which create 10. Tikkun 9. And 50 loops on the edge of the end cloth of the other set. The loops to be opposite one another. These are 5 toes to each foot, which create 10, and they are opposite the hands. This is because 50 is 5 times 10, and 5 are the 5 fingers that were just hinted to, and together they create 10. The same thing with the hands, the same things with the feet, and they are opposite one another. Make 50 gold clasps and couple the cloths to one another with the clasps so that the tabernacle becomes whole. Exodus 26:6. Tikkun 10. What are 50 gold clasps? These are the 5 toes to each foot, which total 10. This is gold on the outside, which is Malkuth, called the feet. Tikkun 11. So that the tabernacle becomes whole. This is the torso, the 2 arms, and the 2 legs, which unite the fingers of the hands and the toes of the feet, and they total 5. And at the end, fingers and toes, and they total 10 at their ends. The entire purpose of these clasps and the loops that were mentioned before this were to establish the dimensions of the arms, where it went into the specifics of each joint, and then combining them to 4 cubits, which were the upper and lower sections of each arm and upper and lower section of each leg, and then discussing the nature of the 5 and the 5, which are the fingers, and then combining them together in the secret of 50, which is 5 and 10, meaning that the 2 hands have 5 fingers each and total 10. They're across from each other. An example, the toes, which are opposite the hands, and the right hand, which is opposite the left hand, etc. So that the tabernacle becomes whole. The tabernacle is the body, so that the body becomes whole. Exodus 26:7. You shall make cloths of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle, and make the cloths 11 in number. Tikkun 12. What is goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle? These are the hairs of the body. Tikkun 13. What are 11 in number? These are the sphirot, which are the body, from head to feet. Therefore, the 11 sphirot form the image of a body. As it is written regarding the tree, man is a tree. Thus, the sphirot take the form of the human body. The goat hair, being on the outside, refers to the hair of the physical body, which is on the outside of the tabernacle, which is the human body. Exodus 26:8. The length of each cloth shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits. The 11 cloths to have the same measurements. Tikkun 14. The length shall be 30 cubits. These are the 3 sections of the body: legs, torso, and head. Tikkun 15. The width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits. These are the 4 sections, 2 to each arm and 2 to each leg. So we see here that the length shall be 30 cubits refers to the 3 sections: the legs, the torso, and the head. We see here also that the width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits, and these are the 4 sections, 2 to each arm and 2 to each leg. Verse 10. Make 50 loops on the edge of the outermost cloth of one set, and 50 loops on the outer cloth of the other set. Tikkun 18. To connect the 5 fingers of each hand in totaling 10. Why repeat? To connect from one side to the other side, and the other to one side. An example, why reiterate what was already stated before? And the answer to that question is, just as the right and left hands were connected in the first part, so too the right and left foot are connected in the second part. And in addition to this, to connect the right and left arms to the right and left legs, mainly via the torso, the center portion of the Mishkan, the body, from which all of these things are connected. Exodus 26:11. Make 50 copper clasps, and fit the clasps into the loops, and couple the tent together so that it becomes one whole. Tikkun 19. 50 copper clasps, these are the 5 toes of each foot, totaling 10. And so it continues on verse 12. As for the overlapping excess of cloths of the tent, the extra half cloth shall overlap the back of the tabernacle. Tikkun 20. The excess of the cloths of the tent, the extra half cloth, shall overlap the back of the tabernacle. This is the hair at the back of the head, which is only to the half of the head, which overlaps the back of the tabernacle, which is the body. So we see that this overlapping excess of cloth of the tent and this extra half cloth shall overlap the back of the tabernacle hints to the hair, which comes from the back of the head. Exodus 26:13. While the extra cubit at either end of each length of tent, This cloth shall hang down to the bottom of the two sides of the tabernacle and cover it. Tikkun 21. This is the hair which hangs down from the two sides of the body. So this cloth that goes halfway is because the halfway of the head, it's halfway of the body, meaning it comes and stems from halfway behind the head and goes behind the torso. While the remaining parts of the hair, which is in the front side, hangs to the two sides of the body, which means the hair that comes down from the right side of the face and the hair which comes down from the left side of the face hang down the sides of the Mishkan, again, which is the body. So we have this extra cloth which goes on the backside of the tabernacle, or this cloth which overlaps the backside of the body, which is the hair that goes down from the back of the head to the back of the torso, and the hair which hangs to the two sides, which are the two sides of the body, the hair that comes from the right side of the head and from the left side of the head. Verse 14. And make for the tent a covering of tan ram skins and a covering of dolphin skins above. What is ram skin? This is a tree. So the word Elim is like the word Elon, which means man is a tree. So then where it says, and make for the tent a covering of tan ram skins, it now means make for the body a tree. An example, the connection of the Sfiroth, uniting everything. Because the word ram here is an allusion to the word Elon. It's like the Aramaic word for tree. Tikkun 23, what is dolphin skin? The word dolphin used in the verse, which is translated as quite a varying difference of things, contains the letters hinting to the Hebrew word for 5. What are these 5? They are the 5 senses which are over the tabernacle, the body. An example, sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. And so this dolphin skin, the term used here for dolphin, is an allusion for the word 5, because it contains the letters for the Hebrew word for 5. And what are these 5? These 5 are the 5 senses, and they're for the covering of the body. An example, the 5 senses which rule over the body. An example, sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. Exodus 26:15. You shall make the planks for the tabernacle of acacia wood upright. Tikkun 23b. What is acacia? Shetim. This is to wander. Leshot. Tikkun 23c. What is upright? The word upright means literally standing. These are the legs which the body stands on, and the arms that rest upright. Therefore it says, you shall make the planks for the tabernacle of acacia wood, which means the planks means you shall make the legs of the body to wander, upright, to stand. Verse 16, the length of each plank shall be 10 cubits, and the width of each plank is 1.5 cubits. Tikkun 24, each plank, or spheroth, shall contain 10 spherot. Tikkun 25, the width of each plank is 1.5 cubits. This hints to yod, which is 10, and he, which is half of 10. These are Hoko and Bina, the two halves of the brain. The body is thus the width of the sides of the head. So we find the length of each plank shall be 10 cubits. This, of course, refers to all of the aspects of the body. On one level, the length of each plank refers to the length of each leg shall be 10 cubits, meaning the 5 toes on each foot and the 5 fingers on each hand, and together they create 10 respectively. Meaning at the end of the plank, an example, the end of the arm, or the end of the leg, an example, the limbs, there will be 10 cubits, an example, 10 fingers or 10 toes. And the width of each plank is 1.5 cubits. This is being hinted to as Yod and He. Yod and He hints to the brain, which are Chokmah and Bina, the right and left lobes of the brain, the two halves of the brain. And so the body is the width of the two sides of the head. So we see verse 17, each plank shall have 2 tenons parallel to each other. Do the same with all planks of the tabernacle. Tikkun 26, and which are tenons? Yadot. These 2 tenons here, the word yadot, is literally the word hands. And these are the 2 bones of the forearms. So the word tenons refer to hands, right? The Hebrew word here is hands. So we can see 2 yadot, and that is the Hebrew word for hands, but they translate it as tenons. And so each plank shall have 2 hands, And regarding this, I also added, in addition to this, these are the two bones in the forearm. So in the forearm that connect to the two hands are two bones. Tikkun 27. What is the same with all planks? These are the two bones in the forelegs, which tell us that in the legs, which are also called planks figuratively here, there are also the same aspect, being two tendons. And these are the two bones of the foreleg, just like it was two bones in the forearm. Tikkun 28. What are the planks of the tabernacle? These are the limbs of the torso. So therefore, each plank shall have two tendons, which means that each limb will have two bones to the hands, and they parallel to each other, meaning right and left, and arms to the legs. Do the same with all planks of the tabernacle, which means all the limbs surrounding the torso. Tikkun 29. So verse 18 states, of the planks of the tabernacle make 20 planks on the south side. What is 20? These are the two sections of the right arm, which is south. This is chesed, which is the south. So these two planks on the south side are the two sections of the right arm, because there's the upper part of the arm and the lower part of the arm. And thus these are the two planks. The plank is the limb itself. Making 40 silver sockets under the 20 planks, 2 sockets under the one plank for its 2 tendons, and 2 sockets under each following plank for its 2 tendons. Exodus 26:19. Tikkun 30. What is 40 silver lockets? It is written, its chest and arms were made of silver. This is describing the statue in the book of Daniel. So this is the body. So the chest is silver. These are the 4 joints of the chest that connect to the 2 sections of the arms, which are the 20 planks, and the 2 tendons, the 2 bones of the forearm, which are also the 2 hands. And so therefore, making 40 silver sockets, which means 4 joints, to silver, which is the torso, under the 20 planks, that is to say the 2 sections of each arm. 2 sockets under the one plank, meaning the 2 sockets to each section, that which connects the upper arm to the torso, and that which connects the forearm to the upper portion of the arm, and its 2 tendons, meaning its 2 hands, and 2 sockets under each, referring to the 2 sections of the bones in the forearm, following plank for its 2 tendons. So a detailed description of all the aspects of the arm up to this point, now being united by the silver lockets, which is to the chest. Verse 20, and the other side, wall of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 planks. Tikkun 31, what is the north side? This is Gevura in the left hand, and is connected by 2 sections of the left arm, which are 20 planks. Exodus 26:21. With their 40 silver sockets, 2 sockets under one plank and 2 sockets under the following plank. So Tikkun 32. What is the 40 silver lockets? It is written, its chest and arms were made of silver. These are the 4 joints of the chest that connect to the 2 sections of the arms, which are the 20 planks, and the 2 tendons, 2 bones of the forearm. Tikkun 32b. What are the 2 sockets under each plank? This is the joint that connects the 2 sections of the arm that bends in only 2 directions. So now it repeats for the left side. Why? Because the exact same makeup of the right arm is also the makeup of the left arm. And so the 40 silver lockets hints to the 4 sections of the primary planks or limbs that are on the torso, that being the right and left arm and the right and left leg. So it continues, verse 22. And for the rear of the tabernacle to the west, create 6 planks. Tikkun 33. Make 6 limbs to the torso. So to the rear of the body, meaning to the ends of the body, make 6 planks. These are the head, the right and left arm, the right and left leg, and the reproductive organ. An example, gather these things into 6. Exodus 26:23. And make 2 planks for the corners of the tabernacle at the rear. The 2 planks at the corner of the tabernacle, Tikkun 34. This is the 2 sections of the arms and 2 sections of the legs that are at the corners of the torso, an example of the tabernacle. So 2 planks for the corners of the tabernacle are because at the torso, at its corners, are the right and left leg. And these are split into the upper section of the arm and the upper section of the leg, and the lower section of the arm and the lower section of the leg. Verse 24. They shall match at the bottom and terminate alike at the tip inside one ring. Thus shall it be with both of them. They shall form the two corners. Tikkun 35. They shall match the legs and terminate at the torso, which is connected to the top, and it shall be for both the arms and legs, and they form two corners. So the word top here in the verse is the word rosh, which means head. And so it says, they shall match the legs and terminate at the torso, which is connected to the top, which is connected to the head. And it shall be for both the arms and the legs, and they form two corners. So they shall match at the bottom and terminate alike at the top, which in the verse literally means, and they shall terminate at the head, meaning they shall match at the bottom, meaning the legs, and they shall terminate at the top, meaning the head, because they connect to the torso. Inside of one ring, an example, one aspect, thus shall it be with both of them, an example, the arms and the legs. They shall form the two corners, an example, the two corners, which are the legs that connect to the torso, which end at the top, meaning the head from which they receive their influences from. Exodus 26:25. Thus there shall be 8 planks with their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under the first plank and 2 sockets under each of the other planks. Tikkun 36. There shall be 8 planks. These are the 2 sections of the right and left arms, the 2 sections of the right and left legs, and 2 sockets under each. These are the 2 joints, one at the between the 2 sections of the arm and the leg, and one at the forearm and the hand. And so what we find is that there will be 8 planks, which are the upper arm and lower arm of the right, upper arm, lower arm of the left, upper leg, lower leg of the right, upper leg, lower leg of the left, and then each of them have 2 joints. There's a joint that connects that to the torso and that which connects the 2 sections of the leg and the arms respectively. And so together there is exactly 16 joints. So these are the 16 sockets of silver because they're connected to the torso, which is the chest, which is silver. Tikkun 37. Of silver it is written, its chest and arms are silver. Tikkun 38. 16 sockets. These are the 4 joints of the torso connecting the arms and legs, 2 joints connecting the forearm, 2 joints connecting to the foreleg, 2 joints connecting to the forearm to the hand, and 2 joints connecting the foreleg to the foot. The joints connecting the 2 hands and the fingers, the joints connecting the 2 feet and the toes. And so there are 16 altogether. Tikkun 39. 16 sockets. These are the 14 joints of the fingers, the joint of the hand to the forearm, the joint from the forearm to the torso, and the same thing is in the legs. Verse 26, you shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the planks of the one side of the tabernacle. In Tikkun 40, these are the 5 fingers of the hand with all its joints prepared, resting at the side of the torso. An example, the tabernacle. So the 5 planks to the one side of the tabernacle means 5 fingers to the right side, 5 bars for the planks of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the planks of the wall of the tabernacle at the rear to the west. An example, verse 27, Tikkun 41. And what are these bars? This is the middle of the bars, which is the torso, and the 2 arms and the 2 legs, and the reproductive organ. And so, Tikkun 42, and the other side, this is the 5 fingers of the hand with all its joints prepared. So we see that there are 5 bars of acacia wood, or 5 planks of acacia wood, which are the 5 fingers on the one side. An example, the right side, which is the right hand. This is exactly what was being cited in Tikkun zohar, where they were revealing this is actually alluding to the body. The next verse, it says, and 5 planks for the other side of the tabernacle, which of course is the 5 fingers of the left, meaning the 5 fingers of the left hand, and 5 bars for the planks of the wall of the tabernacle at the rear to the west. This alludes to the center of the body, because the word bar there also means the middle, as in the middle of the bars. And this refers to the torso with its 2 arms, its 2 legs, and the reproductive organ, which total 5. Verse 28, the center bar halfway up the planks shall run from end to end. In Tikkun 43, the arms and legs will run halfway up the torso from end to end. An example, the arms and legs are roughly half the length of the body. Exodus 29, overlay the planks with gold and make their rings of gold as holders for the bars, and overlay the bars with gold. Tikkun 44, this is the head, as it is written, you are the head of gold. When citing the same source that described the chest as silver and the arms as silver, it says over there, behold, you are the head of gold. And so overlay the planks with gold. This is the head which connects to each limb, which are the bars and planks. This is the pathways of the brain that connects the planks. So the overlaying of the gold is the connection of the head to the limbs via the brain. Exodus 26:30, then set up the tabernacle according to the manner of it that you were shown on the mountain. Tikkun 45, set the body up according to the sphereth of the tree. The pattern that was shown to Moshe Rabbeinu on the mountain is the tree, and the tree is a man, as it is written, man is like a tree. And so therefore it's saying, assemble all of these parts like the body, meaning like the tree. Verse 31, you shall make a curtain of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, and fine twisted linen. It shall have a design of cherubim worked into it. Tikkun 46. Now the tree of the head is being discussed, and behold, there is all 10 spheros in the head, Chokmah and Bina, which are the brain, the 2 eyes, which are Chesed and Gevurah, the nose, which is Tiferet, the 2 ears, which are Netzach and Hod, and the mouth and tongue, which are Yisod and Malkuth. Tikkun 46b. Blue, this is the white of the bones. Red, this is the red of flesh. Purple, this is the pink of the skin. Cherubim worked into them, the pathways of the brain, which shall be worked into the head. What is twisted? The word twisted here can also be read as 6. This is 6. They are the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the nose, and the mouth, which are bound to the cherubim, an example, the brain, worked throughout them and worked into it to unite the parts of the head. So therefore, you shall make a curtain of blue, purple, and crimson yarn. Blue, which refers to the right side and the whiteness of the bone. Crimson, which is the left side and the flesh. And purple, which is the skin. And fine twisted linen, the word twisted means 6, which are the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the nose, and the mouth. And it shall have a design of cherubim worked into it, meaning the design of the brain. The 2 cherubim are the 2 lobes of the brain. And this, in detail, is the head. For it is written, behold, you are the head of gold. Verse 32, hang it upon 4 posts of acacia wood, overlaid with gold and having hooks of gold, set in the 4 sockets of silver. Tikkun 48, hang the head upon 4 limbs, which are the 2 arms and the 2 legs, having hooks of gold, that is to say, connections to the brain, and 4 sockets of silver, which are the 4 joints of the torso. Verse 33, hang the curtain under the clasps and carry the Ark of the Covenant there, behind the curtain, so that the curtain shall serve as a partition between the Holy and the Holy of Holies. Tikkun 49, place the brain behind the curtain of the skin, and the Ark, which is the brain, behind the curtain, which is the red of flesh, and the white, which is the right column hinted by blue, of bone, and the pink or purple of the brain itself. Tikkun 50, and it shall divide the holy place, which is the head, from the Holy of Holies, which is the brain. Meaning what separates the head from the brain are these 3 curtains. The purple curtain, which is the skin, the red curtain, which is the flesh, and the blue curtain, which are the bones. And inside of the skull, meaning inside of the bone, is the Holy of Holies, the Ark of the Covenant, the brain, the right and left lobes of the brain, which are concealed behind it. Verse 34, place the cover upon the Ark of the Covenant in the Holy of Holies. Tikkun 51, and cover the Ark or the brain with the skull and flesh and skin. White skull, red flesh, pink skin. Tikkun 35, or verse 35, and Tikkun 52. Place the table outside the curtain and the lampstand by the south wall of the tabernacle opposite the table, which is to be placed on the north wall.
What is the table? This is the shewbread. What is the word shewbread? Lechem panim. The face. The word panim means face. Place the face outside the brain. This is what it refers to. What is the shewbread? The shewbread is lechem panim, the bread of the face, meaning quite literally. And this teaches that the face is on the outside of the brain. Thus it says on the south wall, the tabernacle opposite of the table, and it says place the table outside the curtain, meaning place the face on the outside of these levels of the bone, the flesh, and the skin. What is the menorah? What is the lampstand? These are the 7 lights of the face, the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the 2 nostrils, and the mouth. Verse 36, you shall make a screen for the entrance of the tent of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, of fine twisted linen done in embroidery. Tikkun 54. This is the white bones, the red flesh, and the pink skin bound together that covers the entrance, all being interworked, again, via the brain, which rules and governs over all of these things. Tikkun 37, verse 37, Tikkun 55, make 5 posts of acacia wood for the screen and overlay them with gold, their hooks being of gold, and cast for them 5 sockets of copper. Make 5 senses and overlay them with connections to the brains and their hooks or sockets, and cast for them 5 sockets of copper, which are the connections from the head to the feet. And so we find that the entire construction of the Mishkan is really a detailed anatomical structuring of the human body. And this is exactly what was hinted to and conveyed in Tikkun zohar, but the fullness of the matter was not expounded there. And so here I have taken the liberty to reveal and bring forth all of these matters, again, to honor the coming of the new year and to celebrate the revelation of the secret of Melech HaMashiach Yirah, ushering in a new era by which the Panimios, by the Sod, a Torah of Atzilus, slowly begins to emerge, and these things are fleshed out. Everything I've revealed here, although is in specifics, is in generalities of the specifics. Again, more detailed explanations will be provided in school, and I will provide a link to this PDF there. If you wish to join the curriculum and learn these things, I will leave a link for that down below. As David HaMelech said, open my eyes and behold the wonders of your Torah. Amen, everybody. Happy New Year's. Shalom and Salah.